Got ourselves, what is your name? I think that's what I've been asking about to you, Kragar. Bill bursts out a push though as the nameless warrior just getting absolutely bonked down. What is happening? What's her name? Bispa Shatney? I have no idea what that means. Biss! I think we called him Biss before, right? Biss the warrior? We'll call him Biss the warrior. Biss and slot. I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be close. Biss. So if I say Biss, I mean this guy right here. As Splash got himself a good opener, but that's a full second win. Blaze-Storm before you can get a proper stun. Blush trying to go for a full go here. Cloak of Shadows with an evasion. That's a lot of defenses rotated immediately, but I think he's just trying to see if he can take down the warrior before he even has a chance to respond. Quick fear out of the warrior though. Took it out of Blush. Warrior got himself a bit of blaze. Not a lot of health to work with. Does go for a little bit of self-healing though. What is even, was that a Dalaran racial or was that somebody else? He was even got a really red everywhere. I don't really know. Doesn't look like it's a Dalaran racial, but somebody made him really red. Unless the rogue just makes him angry. Literally so angry he becomes red. Vanish out of plus. I think he's still dotted though, however. Might be still bleeding out. And for Biss, if he can just stays away from the rogue, that's a full heal. Second one kicking in. This is why you gotta make sure to get a rupture going on the guy at all times. This way, at the very least, if you back away from him, you just don't let him heal at all. So you can chip away his health little by little, leave him bleeding, catch a reset, make sure he's still bleeding, and then when you come back in, after the bleeds are gone, he doesn't get to recover. So you gotta be very careful with it. And I actually think if you are playing the bleed build, maybe Deathstalker would be a little better. I think Trickster people playing for the burst, but Deathstalker does have a little bit of this damage over time component to it, which is kind of nice. Misclick, all good. As it's going to be disarm onto Biss, trying to see if he gets a pressure onto Plush. Does go for a quick stunner with a demolish. It could be potentially in a bad spot. That's a full burst with a disarm onto the rogue. With a blaze storm right after. You can't even really respond right now. Maybe he can go for a step to juke him. Actually, no. Oh, he almost got the proper juke. He let the warrior charge him. He almost got the juke to charge. But I think the warrior has it here. Cheap shot. Yeah, the warrior just needs one more overpower. There's no way to dodge it. Just an ability that's just going to go right through all defenses. Even if you have a random natty dodge, it doesn't matter. Overpower is just going to get past it immediately. It's going to be full burst out of Bird with a Frostfire Bolt. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper go here. All right. As Abyss trying to see if he can get behind the pillar real quickly. Dropping down a quick Blizzard. That's going to be a full Frozen Orb into a quick charge versus Bird. Full demolish. Get himself full go here. If you got yourself Warbreaker, there goes the not the Warbreaker. Colossus Smash. That is still a full setup by Bird though. He's got himself all the time just walking away with a full beam on you. Biss somehow survives this whole go. He has himself the most amount of damage. He just can't touch Bird at all. Guy's literally Harry Potter over here running around circles with the guy. Not letting him get even a hand on him. Kragar charges in immediately. Banner down. Blazer to follow. Bird maybe looking for an ice block here. Question is, does Kragar pick up Shattering Blow or Shattering Throw this time around? Or does he not? Guess we'll find out in a second here. Because Bird is taking a lot of pressure. He can't really escape Kragar right there. He's out of mobility. Got himself a blink, but next unlock could put him in a bad spot, actually. Stormbolt available for Kragar. That could be a great opportunity. Blizzard is slowing down Kragar, though. As an ability, but also maybe potential as a company, as they keep nerfing warriors. Does he have Shatter? He does not. Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think you want to go Shatter. When you only have Paladin as well as only one mage on the other team, I don't think it's worth, because there's other towns you could invest into as well. Give yourself a bit more survivability or just damage. Full lockdown onto Kragar. Does have a trinket into a last second interrupt onto Bird with a quick reflect. Bird better be very careful with his reflecting as it dropped down a full meteor onto Kragar. Somebody did get reflected back at Bird. He did do a decent bit of damage. Oh, there goes the meteor. So then the other common storm was just like, I think a random proc storm, right? I thought it was a common storm from a meteor. Whoa. You have a stun? No, you don't. Oh no. Full ice block. At the very least, he did get a full defensive out of Kragar, but he just kind of went in, like super aggressive. Just a flurry and then go block. Oh no, Ultra's available. Kragar knows exactly where the man is going to get to reposition. It's going to be undead Rachel for just a quick second. Kragar immediately marching towards the altar time location. Breath, do you have a proper setup? That is going to be a frozen orb. Does get interrupted. Bird super low in health. Kragar, as long as you don't get rooted, you're on sample right now. Trying to see if you can slow down Kragar. Leaping in and a quick mortal strike. Taking him out. Just snapping the mage into two. Oh, man. I mean, when you all bones as a mage, I imagine they're pretty easy for a big old orc warrior just to snap in two. But that's all he needed, just one more mortal strike. One more. That's not a great matchup for warriors in most cases. Kragar charging in towards Saya, actually. Trying to see if he can stay on him. He knows the Dawnlight as well as the damage over time of Herald of the Sun is not going to feel good. And he is either going to stay next to Saya and catch up as much healing as possible, or pressure him, or he needs to back away as soon as Dawnlight disappears completely. Disarmor to Saya, he gave himself a full Wake of Ashes, yet another set of Dawnlights, and Kragar just cannot really get away from him at all. He can't remove the Dawnlight easily. All he can do is maybe stay away from Saya for a second, but he catches up to you. Quick stun, I think just has you. Does not have any more cooldowns at the moment. Parry up for Saya, or I mean rather for Kragar. If you can just stay on top of Saya, you might just be able to make something happen. Does reflect someone back at Saya. I think it might have been just a normal judgment. As he got himself a defensive stance. Maybe it's enough to live. Rally crit, you may want to pre-rally any kind of go by Saya, because that next stun is going to be brutal. Full Wake of Ashes, that's not going to feel great. Lay on hands for Saya. Fear, no, he's going to trick it immediately. There goes what am I trying to say? Battle Master's Trinket, together with a Rallying Cry, just to give him more health, but it's a lot of borrowed health. It's a ton of borrowed health. Way too much. Blaze Storm, just to see if he can waddle away. That Dawnlight lasts so long. Yeah, he's just not going to be able to escape it all that easily. Charges in, quick disarm. Saya, all he needs is a quick blind, just walk away. Or just a Wake of Ashes Dawnlight again. Kragar, how do you defeat this? He just can't escape him. He just constantly has him with a Dawnlight. You can't go for a single heal ever. As PvE Mannequin gonna try to see if he can get himself a setup versus Saya. Got himself full shield of vengeance, everything available. Does go for a trinket. Trinket's out immediately as Mannequin got himself a little bit of survivability. Full Dawnlight is on him, but AMS able to live it, able to deal with it. Saya with a quick bubble that goes to regenerate, and before dampen, he gets super high. Finally able to go for a proper heal here. As Mannequin got himself a bit of burst into a Wake of Ashes. He goes for Lichborn, which technically makes him undead, and Wake of Ashes therefore stuns him. So that's a proper easy stun out of Saya. I don't even know if it DRs the stuns either. I think it's just a non-DR. No, it does DR stuns by the looks of it. No, Hodge confirms. I thought for some reason it was one of those non-DRable stuns, like extra punishment for DK. Got himself a little bit of that. Little bit of the pure magic immunity, but PvE Mannequin just has enough physical damage under his belt where he can bypass it easily. Couple of blitz that don't have the big burst proc. That's it. That's all you good. You actually do a decent bit of damage. PvE Mannequin manfully is playing around with the Frost DK, not just the burst build, but also a very sustained heavy build. Shaken, after seeing Goyers topple the guy, is going to be the next guy up next. So the DK, I think normally Death Knights can actually tussle with the caster pretty well. They got a lot of CC, grip is fantastic, the range kick is also really good, does get silenced, that actually locks out the DK from quite a few of his abilities, cannot go for interrupt or anything like that, does get himself an AMS either way though, and Shaken got himself a potentially big setup. As long as you get yourself full rift onto Goeris, he doesn't get the rift there, but does go for a kick. Last second on the rift. Goeris got a blinker all over the place. I really cannot track him, barely can. Full Mindflight Sanity, rift on top of it. That's a lot of damage. Goeris does not have a lot to work with here. Does summon a go just to sacrifice it real quick, squeeze a little life out of it. Quick summon to shake him. Isn't enough here though. Got himself a bit of a blitz back to back. Right now for Goeris with that AMS might be enough for him to continue the pressure in order to topple down the Shadow Prince Shaken. Just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Quick fear. No way to break it. Full Void Shard. Got himself another rift. You just gotta live long enough. Does Goeris get himself the Death Strike he needs? He's got himself a stun, but it's just not enough. And Shaken does end up taking him out. Just taking the full rift back towards Archim. You still do have a disperse. So as long as you disperse at a good time, disperse immediately. Now he won't have a defensive though for any of the bursts out of Archie. Question is, does Archie just go in full burst? Got himself Bloodlust. Does he rank up any more damage here? Or does he just go for a Bloodlust Shakedown Shaken? Because if he goes minimum defensive, minimum offensive power, you'll have someone available for Sabo, who's just ready on deck. Shaken does get a quick Fear onto Archie. Actually, Fear's him pretty far away, able to catch up a little bit of healing. Could be huge for Shaken right now. With a Shadow Crash onto Archie, Flame for Insanity for a second, got himself a Rift, cannot get interrupted on the Rift though. Just trying to see if he can survive just a little bit longer. Just needs to stay away from the guy. Stun around the corner as he does have a Rift around him. Catching up as much healing as possible, dropping down a Sunder. So Archie may just have enough here to take down Shay. Shay pumping out all defenses immediately, all at once, looking for as much self-healing as they can. I don't know if you have a stun or a silence. You do have a silence very, very soon. So maybe just silence Archie as soon as you see him. Not let him heal. He does go for a Dark Eye Rachel to dispel all those dots, and it's going to put him in a horrific position for a second. I don't know where Shaker's mana is, but imagine it's not all that high. He needs to go for silence immediately onto Archie. Silence. Full go. Void Torrent. He still got physical damage. Able to remove the silence or at least avoid it. Wall out for Archie. Shaker got himself a little bit of help to work with. Fear onto Archie. Oh, that is not enough. He barely is alive. Is this going to be enough? Into full ascent. He's just panicking. He's trying to see if he can end the Priest. Stun around the corner. Priest with a Shadow Ward Death. Trying to end this duel right now. Big wind strikes, but the Priest takes it. I can't believe a Priest won that one. I thought, honestly, out of all the duels, that one is probably going to be Shaman's go. Shaman's game for sure. But the Priest somehow squeaked by. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It was so good. Oh, it was so close to between the two. I was kind of rooting for both of them, to be honest. I thought, like, okay, I think Archie more likely to win this. But